What in the world? What in the world's going on? I know what's going on. We won another series. We won another series. Can you imagine that? Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Oh, geez, Dodger fans, take it easy. Take it easy. It's the middle of the season. Stop it. Good Lord. Take it easy. It's just the middle of the season. Oh, my God. You're crazy, all of you. You're nuts. Stop. Already. We won a series. What's the big deal? Everybody take it easy. Hollywood, you with me?
I'm with you.
So the Dodgers have won 8 series, lost 7, tied 6. I mean, how long ago was it they won 2 series, lost 7, and tied 6? So in the last, let me get this straight here. In the last, oh, geez.
7.
Yeah, in the last 7 series, we won 6. And we haven't lost one in that period of time because we tied the other one, the one that was left. So, what are you going to do, man? I mean, it's all this. Hold on. Let me just get this out of the way. 7. Won the series. We don't do anything but win series nowadays. That's just what we do, I guess. That's just what we do. I'd like to find a team that could beat us in a series now. Now I'm just bored. Is there something wrong with that, Hollywood? That I'm bored because we just keep winning series?
Yeah.
Is it?
I think so. I mean, revel in the victory.
Well, yeah, but after a while, it's like, good, someone give us a run for our money. I mean, it's just win series after series after series. We've played 7 series. We've won 6. We've tied 1. I mean, bring on the Cubs. Bring them in town. Uh-oh. I don't want to say that. You never know you never know what you're asking for. Am I right?
Yeah, because they're pretty hot right now. So those are the 2 hottest teams in the National League right now.
Oh, they are? Okay. I don't want the Cubs in right now. Right now. Who's coming into town next after this? Who are we gonna
Texas.
Texas. That's another series we're gonna win. And then the Giants come in, that's another series. All right, I'm not gonna do the show until the Cubs come into town because it's just a given we're gonna win series. I mean, it's done. We don't do anything but win series. It's getting to where it's just comical. And doing all this without our pitching. Our pitching is a complete train wreck other than Stripling. I knew did you hear me say he'd be Cy Young at the beginning of the season, Hollywood?
Yeah. Do I get paid to say yes?
Yes, you do.
Yes, absolutely. I heard you.
Yes. I said Stripling. I got 2 words for you people. If you go back and look at one of our shows, go back through. We only do an hour and a half every time we do the show. But if you go back and look at the shows, you'll find it. Just keep looking. You got to look through all of them though, because I don't know exactly where it is. But at some point, I said these 2 words: Stripling and Cy. And so from there, you're on your own. Anyway, Dodger fans, look, this show exists because Sportsnet LA is not on a lot of TVs for the Los Angeles area homes, and calling into the radio after the game is there's no fun. It's not a lot of fun. So, right, you can call that number, 323-664-5431. Let me check the line. Hold on. Oh, yeah. Line's open. Line's on. The phone company did not cancel our service, which is nice. So, Hollywood, tell me a little bit. What are you thinking? You got any thoughts, or you just want to kind of coast?
This just in: Max Muncy homers again for my fantasy team.
Oh, you picked him up on your fantasy team.
I picked him up on 2 to 3 teams, and I've got a bid in him to pick him up tonight on my other team. I don't know if that'll happen, but
really. And then didn't you pick up Bellinger last year for your teams?
Yes, I got him on 2 of the 3 teams last year, and I wasn't able to get him on the other team, but somebody outbid me.
Damn. Well, good for you.
And I've got, this kind of hurts, but I've got,
trying to think of something.
Let's just move on.
All right. Well, you'll think of it. So I'm looking at a couple things here. Muncy bats second. I think usually your best. That's where Seager used to hit. Muncy's playing third base. He bats second. He goes 2 for 4 in the first series, and he goes 1 for 1 in the second series. I guess he got some walks. No, I don't even know what he did today. I mean, what did he do? How many did he hit today? 10 home runs today?
He only had the one homer, so.
Oh. Really?
He'll pick it up. He'll pick it up. He'll get it back.
Yeah, I mean, just one? Good Lord. Muncie, we're counting on you. All right.
Yeah.
And then Kemp is kind of, he's still doing his thing, right?
Oh, yeah.
And then Bellinger, Cody's kind of coming around, and Yasiel Puig broke a bat. We'll talk about that a little bit. It kills me how.
Yeah, I want to talk about that too.
Okay, well, let's just talk about it. I mean, here you go, fans. Here's the number. This show is not. Hollywood and I are kind of interesting. We're not tremendously interesting. If you want to stay around and watch us talk, that's cool. But pick up the phone, call us. Lines open. You know who you are. If you're a Dodger fan. And in fact, you know what? I have something here to give away. 4 first-time callers. So all you guys out there ready to call in. And no, I give stuff away every now and then. Put your fingers away, because this is for first-time callers. And I'll recognize your voice if you say, "Hi, this isn't Mark Morales. This is Sally." I'll recognize your voice, Mark. All right, not that you do that. Back-to-back, what's this shirt? Back-to-back Rookie of the Years. It's a shirt. It's a medium. If you're a first-time caller and you have something to say, I'm going to give away this back-to-back Rookie of the Year. It's as easy as picking up that phone and talking to us. So, Hollywood, Puig strikes out. He breaks the bat. Go.
It is not that easy to break a bat on your leg, man. Only those big, strong men can do. I just find it fascinating that you could break that piece of lumber over your leg, man.
Now wait a minute. We are gonna cross. This is something.
Yeah.
Do you know where I'm gonna go with this? You know me a long time now.
I kind of do, and I don't have a feeling either way. I just find it extremely fascinating. I remember when Bo Jackson used to do it. It's just, I don't know how they do it, man.
Oh, come on, man. I've seen it 100 times. I've seen it on softball field. I've seen fat softball players do it with a bat, a fatter handled bat. These bats nowadays are made out of maple. You could break them you drop them, they break. I mean, but it kills me. How many times do you got to see a guy break a bat over his knee before? I mean, you get on, if you watch social media, he broke a bat over his knee. It's been done 1,000,000 times, and people act like, whoa, he broke a bat over his knee.
I think anytime anybody strikes out, they should have to break their bat over the knee. It's just my feelings on it.
That's a bit harsh, actually. I don't know if I'm going to go along with that, and I don't want to see it because it's not that big a deal. People get so excited about it's like a slam dunk in basketball. I mean, big deal. Guys, how many times you see a slam dunk?
I think a layup should be worth 1 point, and a slam dunk should be worth 2 points. Just saying.
Damn, you're rolling with the new rules here. I kind of like it though. You got it. You got anything for ping pong? Hey, I got one for soccer. You want to hear my new soccer rule?
I do.
My new soccer rule is put 2 balls in play.
Oh.
Uh-huh.
I like that.
Wouldn't that be exciting? Try to cover in 2 balls at the same time, and the strategy involved in that. I don't know.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. All right, I'm going to settle down. I got to settle down a little bit here.
That's how we play foosball.
You throw 2 balls in the foosball when you play?
Not on purpose, but when other people are playing, I usually throw another ball in there.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah. That's nice, and that's why you used to get in so many fights when you were young. Stop throwing the second ball on the foosball table, man. Don't do it. Okay. All right. So if you're out there, where are we at? Give us a call. Blue says, just call in, Dodger fans. It's like Ross Porter says, you're just talking baseball. You're just talking baseball. We're just talking Dodgers even. We're not even talking baseball. We're talking Dodgers. All right. Hold on a minute here. So what do we got? We got Bueller, goes 5 1/3, gives up 1 run, 1 earned run. Now, we break this down. We break this show down into series, folks, because I don't figure it's a good idea to be doing what everybody else is doing, because why would you watch this show if we just report like the typical stuff? So I always try to keep it obscure and obtuse a little bit. There's always normal stuff too, but so we break it down by series, and we feel like, you win series as you go along, and then you're going to be the better team at the end of the day because you're training yourself to win series. You're setting yourself up, especially as a manager. You're setting yourself up to try to win a series. So let's see. Bueller goes 5 1/3. He gives up 1 earned run. He came out a little bit early, 2.63 ERA, only threw 71 pitches, but he's formed.
Hold on.
Yeah.
He came out. He came out because of an injury. You know that, right?
Yeah. What exactly has that unfolded? Do you know?
He's got, according to the reports I read, bruised ribs, which I don't understand how he bruised his ribs. The ball didn't hit him. How did they bruise, man? I don't understand how that happened.
Well, a ball hit him like 5 years ago, and some. I don't think it's that.
Yeah.
So
no, but probably not. But you never know.
You think it took that long for the bruise? I don't know what it could be. I don't think it was the ball that hit him before. I just don't. But what do I know?
I don't think so either. But I mean, hey,
Yeah.
Who knows?
I like him though. I like that kid, and him and Stripling here coming of the guard. It's like I said, it's a transition that's taking shape right in front of our very eyes, and that's a good thing. You've got Stripling and Phil Fountain's out there. All right, Phil. You call in, Phil. Say hello if you got something to say. I got no Blue though. I haven't seen Blue online. Blue the dog is missing. I put out on the telephone pole. I put some signs up in my neighborhood asking if anyone's seen Blue the dog, and I haven't heard anything yet. Huh?
Missing dog sign.
Yeah, right. Because he's not around. So, let's just see here. And I just want to point out here a couple things. Our audience is growing dramatically. This is a little bit older here. Fans are saying, of course it was the line drive. I don't know about that. Call me and convince me. If you think it was a line drive, call me and convince me. I'm not going to sit here and read your dribble. All right. So right here you see Facebook. This was back when this was a Facebook broadcast. We're on Facebook again today. We do a lot of different. Our broadcast is on several different places now, and the platforms we're on today are Facebook and is that right? No. All right, I don't know where else we're on today, but it might be Twitch. But anyway, we're on many platforms, and hold on a minute. Talkin Blue Live, hold on a second, okay?
You got it.
All right, hold on. I got to turn you down a little bit. Also, but hold on, I was right in the middle of something. Okay, so I just want to point out that our audience is growing dramatically. It's not like, I look in here. Oh, by the way, congratulations to the Los Angeles Times, who finally started putting in tickets sold instead of attendance at the end of the box score. You see the words tickets sold. And I'm really lobbying to make sure that our local press doesn't confuse attendance with tickets sold, because it's important that people actually know the truth of things. So anyway, so in the interest of keeping the numbers accurate, I have seen that we have reached on one of our recent shows. This has just been given to me by Charlie, our engineer. Choo-choo Charlie, I like to call him. 4,487 people were reached on a particular broadcast. There were 1,900 views. That's a lot of Dodger fans. Now, views, I'm going to be honest with you. Views don't mean there were 1,900 Dodger fans watching. I get the other metrics. On this particular broadcast, there were about 500 Dodger fans watching. So, thanks for watching. I just want to put that out there. We do appreciate it. On the live broadcast, the numbers are small, but that means you could be part of the show. So, who called in? Who's on the line?
It's Filbert.
Filbert. Good Lord.
Great beyond.
You went out to now hold on a minute. Now I got to turn you back up. You went out to the city of Boston and watched some baseball, and how did that go?
Hey, Blue was out checking some things off his bucket list. Believe it or not, never been to the beautiful city of Boston in all these years, and finally got to see a game at Fenway Park. And I don't believe that you can be a baseball fan and not be a little bit humbled to go and see a ball game in a venue where Ty Cobb, Tris Speaker, Babe Ruth, Ted Williams, all these guys played. And so that was great. We took the little tour, and it was a blast. So we've been kind of on airplanes and things like that. So Blue has been sort of on a little bit of a hiatus, but we're back, and we're thrilled to see the Dodgers take 2 of 3 from a really good up-and-coming team. We beat their ace. As long as we keep doing this, Tom, keep taking 2 of 3. It's a grind. Just keep taking 2 of 3, and we're going to be fine.
Yep. Anybody, like I just explained, anybody who watches this show knows that we're all about the series here. And when it comes to that, it's been high times in Dodger land, man. So,
man. And Stripling, okay, let's give it up right now. Stripling, Muncie, Kemp, you guys, for all the magic of 2017, you guys are providing it for 2018. I think that we've needed them, and they've come through for us. What a great story. When you think about how we were all feeling, a month ago or whatever, this is just wonderful. We're finally getting out from under the cloud of this horrible start and Game 7, and we're coming into the light. It's like the Wizard of Oz. We're going from black and white to color right about here. So this has been fun to watch.
And it's so typical of modern baseball, at least as far as I'm concerned, that it's always, every year it's a new faces, man. Back in my day, it was always good. You always relied on the same 8 guys and 4 or 5 starters, and they were going to be there 4 or 5 years, year in and year out. Nowadays, look at any team, and other than maybe a little bit of a core, you really got to rely on new guys every year. It seems like, and Muncie this year, and I'm going to put Stripling in that category because I recently went on some different social media sites, and I wrote and I searched Stripling sucks, and it doesn't take long. You don't have to go far back to see people just bagging on Stripling. Dodgers got to get rid of Stripling. Stripling sucks. Blah blah blah. And I'm like, I really want to throw this back in people's faces, but that's not my style. So I don't.
No, it's not, and I guess that's kind of, typical of baseball fans everywhere.
Yeah.
But at the same time, this is why I keep saying, look, guys, our depth is real. Other teams have gone through their issues with injuries and things like that, but we've had our MVP just. Who I still think is Justin Turner, has missed the last 3 starts. What other team can go to the bench and say, Max, you're up, and have that guy hit 12 home runs over the last, what?
Well, you say Justin Turner, and that's a damn good point, but I'm going to even go a little bit further and say our best player, Corey Seager's not playing this year right now.
Absolutely. The best pitcher on the planet's not playing. We have Look at where we are. We're 2.5 games back. I know the Giants won again today, but let's be honest. If you really think the Giants are going to be there at the end of the year, well, I've got a bridge in Brooklyn.
Boy, you better be careful with that stuff. You be careful. You say stuff like that, and all of a sudden, Bumgarner.
I've got a lot of friends who Tom, I lived, until last year, I lived across the street from AT&T Park.
Yeah, I know.
I know Giants fans, and
So
I know
do I.
how they're feeling, and I know how they performed in the past. But I'll be honest with you, I'm not impressed. Okay. I do not see how they're hanging in. They're a 500 team, and that's what I think they'll be at the end of the season.
All right. Well, we'll see. I don't want to pet the cobra, but I tend to agree with you. I also wanted to throw something else out there. Well, hold on a minute. What I got here? Let me just. There's this Phil Fountain on the phone, and he's the artist who draws Blue, the Dodger dog. And Blue the Dodger dog is representative of all Dodger fans. And he's so excited to be winning these series. It's just crazy. I can't believe this win after win after win. And the guy who draws me got to go to Boston. And he's had such a good time. And life is good. Woof. Anyway, tell me, Phil. Don't go on too long now. But tell me, I want to know, paint. Like, start with a hierarchy of those visual moments when you were at Fenway. Remember, the Dodger fans are watching this. I don't want to lose people because we're talking about the Red Sox. But baseball fans, nothing wrong with hearing about other like gems in baseball, and you just stepped into a gem there. Can you just tell me some of the things that really stuck with you? So maybe something that you didn't expect, or something you expected was even better, or just for a second riff on Fenway for me. I have not been there.
If you ever get a chance, please do. If you've got a lot of folks who the immediate reaction I had just a couple of years ago, made my first visit to Wrigley Field.
Oh,
and
beautiful.
Of course, that's the other ballpark that survives from that early era of baseball.
And Dodger Stadium.
The neighborhood ballpark and all that. And I think that's one of the first things that strikes you, is that this is a neighborhood ballpark.
Yeah.
And that when you step into it, it's a cross between, it's almost has a minor league park feel to it, because it's not this huge cavernous thing that that we're used to walking into. It's so much more intimate, and so the fans are closer to the field. You feel more connected to the game and the players. That's wonderful. And if you have a sense of history, it's wonderful. If you look at the field and you say,
right,
geez,
right,
there's the batter's box that
Ted Williams stood in. That was my dad's favorite player, was Ted Williams, and he would talk a lot about Ted Williams. And I recently did a show with Dodger Fan Weekly where we basically pointed out that Ted Williams really was one of the greatest Latino ball players ever, and I don't think people look at it that way. His mother was Mexican,
right?
And he
San
really
Diego. He lived down there, and that's where he's from.
Right.
He's a Southern California kid.
You're right, but his heritage is Mexican heritage. I mean, he's a Mexican kid, and nobody ever, when you mention great, Latino players, his name is never mentioned there, and it should be, because, there. I don't know. My dad would say there was never a greater hitter. So.
And you know what, your dad, as you probably learned, isn't wrong.
Yeah.
I do think that you can't look at a guy like Ted Williams. So I guess that was the feeling that I had. I was blessed to be able to witness the game with two of my sons.
Oh, nice.
We have that connection with baseball,
mm-hmm.
and to soak up that history and watch a game there at Fenway was just a thrill.
No, just one more quick.
It was great.
One more quick.
Okay, go ahead.
No, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Well, the one thing that I'm struggling with that was kind of thrown in my face was that I had a Fenway Frank, and I gotta say, doggone it,
pretty good.
It's the first ballpark hot dog that rivals the Dodger dog, and I don't know how to come to grips with this.
Well, I don't know. I'm a huge Dodger fan, but Dodger dogs are not quite. I think there's the lore behind Dodger dogs is more.
You talk about me, treading lightly with the Giants.
Yeah, I know. I know. I'll cut this out later on. But okay, one more thing before I let you go.
Okay.
Did you notice anything, Phil? I found, like, I've seen a lot of games in a lot of different cities, and each fan base kind of has its own personality in a weird way. If you go enough, you can't really tell in one game maybe, but you can tell a little bit. Like my feeling about, I hate the Cardinals. Always have hated the Cardinals.
Right.
But their fans are really knowledgeable fans. They boo at the right time. They cheer at the right time. You'll see a little play, and you'll think you're in some stadiums. Like, I'm the only one that really kind of sees it. But them, they're kind of getting it. As much as I don't like the Cardinals, their fans are very knowledgeable fans, and I don't know why that is. Anything about that in Boston that struck you, or?
It's kind of similar, but I would give the edge to Cardinals fans, as far as their being knowledgeable.
Mm-hmm.
But you will not find a more emotional fan base than the one you find in Boston.
Oh, that's probably true.
They live and die with those Red Sox, and it doesn't matter.
Right.
So the passion in Fenway Park is incredible.
Yeah.
But I'll say this: I think that Dodger fans show a little bit of the spirit.
Oh yeah.
But there is something about I get the feeling. Okay, they're not as fair-minded as Cardinals fans.
Oh, you are so diplomatic. You're right. I was going to say they're a bunch of jerks, but yeah, okay.
They're
not as fair-minded.
You know, every call that goes against the Red Sox, oh, you bum, you're lousy, you're blind, you're blah, 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 blah. You know, and it doesn't matter whether it was a good call or a bad call. If it went against the Red Sox, it was a bad call.
Yeah, you know, it's
so
like...
They're not diplomatic in that sense.
Right. All right, buddy. Well, I'm going to let you scoot to open up the line, but as usual, wonderful call. I'm glad you're back, and can I take my signs down? I put up some signs up on some saying
Absolutely. In fact, you're going to see Blue popping up in a lot of places, and I can't wait to. He's going to be coming out to Rancho Cucamonga soon to sniff around the ballpark there. So
all right.
We're back, and we're going to be on social media. So keep an eye out for us.
Well, we will. And you know what? If Blue ever showed up on my show, I wouldn't mind that. So whatever. I'm just letting you know.
Let's see what happens.
All right, buddy. Thank you.
All right.
Welcome back.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye-bye, guys. Go Dodgers.
Hollywood, you still with me?
Yes, sir.
All right. I think, do you got any thoughts on that? Because I got something I want to say.
No. Go ahead.
All right. Well, Dodger fans, the line's open. There it is right there. And remember, if you're a first-time caller, just pick up the phone. I'm going to send you this medium back-to-back Rookies of the Year medium shirt. And it's that would be obviously Corey and Cody. So, when he was talking about fans, the lines are open right there. Right there. Someone over on Twitch wants to see. Just call in, man. That's all you got to do right there. Hollywood, I think what we're talking about, different fans, and I think the best example I could come up with is when you see a pitch on TV and it goes against your team, a ball or strike, right? It's the game. The game was decided on that call. That call is just, it can't go that way. These umpires they're just, and you'll see people harping on it and going on and on and on about it for inning after inning after inning. That call killed us, and that call. But when the call goes your way, nothing. Crickets. Complain about the call. So it's not really the call that bothers you. Bad calls don't bother you. It's when calls go against your team. And when you're a Boston Red Sox fan, they complain constantly about when calls don't go their way. And I'd say maybe the Cardinal fans are more likely to go, well, that evens out, and it's not so much it's not so much that it went against us, it's just that we don't like bad calls. They are really actually more likely, and I hate the Cardinals. I'm saying this, but the Cardinal fans are more likely to say, look, that was a bad call for the other team, and you never hear anyone talk like that in normal baseball jargon. So, all right, let me see. This might be a short show, so let's see where we're at. Let's see. Dodgers hitting the cookies, man. Dodgers they were like last in home runs a week ago, and now they're first or something like that, Hollywood.
Yeah, they just kept hitting a bunch, man.
I know.
It's ridiculous.
Why does that happen? I mean, I'm seriously. Do you have any sort of theory about why it's such a why a team? I could see a player kind of bunching them up, but why a team could just hit them in bunches like that?
Hitting's contagious.
I guess it is. Fielding's not really contagious, though. If a guy makes an error, it's not like everybody starts booting. That would be funny if one guy booted it and then all of a sudden nobody could catch the ball.
Yeah, I get that. I think people on the defensive side they really want to pick up somebody else who might have made an error that right. It's contagious the other way.
Yeah.
It's like everybody wants to step up and pick that guy up who made that error.
No, that's a good point. So hitting's contagious, and then defense is the opposite of I don't know if there's a doctor out there who can call me and tell me the opposite of contagious. Let me know what that would be, because then that would be defense. So
because with hitting, you don't want to be the guy who makes the out, man. You know what I mean? You never want to be the guy. I know in softball, you didn't want to be the guy who made 2 outs in the same inning. Because softball you bat around quite a bit, but
Here's a record that will never be set or broken. In baseball, in a major league game, one guy made all 3 outs.
Really?
I don't think so. Have you ever heard of it? I'm going to go out
No.
on a limb and say it's never been done.
I'd probably agree with that. I doubt it's ever been done either.
Maybe softball.
I know a guy who hit 2 grand slams in the same inning.
Yeah, that was what was his name?
Fernando
Tatis. Tatis, yes, that's right. And then,
his son's playing now. I think his son actually got suspended right now for PVs. Don't quote me on that.
No,
it says on the air.
And don't quote me again, but I think Fernando himself got popped for PEDs too, actually. So
yeah.
we're just going to say anything.
They weren't doing anything about it back then.
No, they weren't. Not until I came along, and then they did. I mean, and that's just a fact. I came along. I invented the foam asterisk. Nobody wanted to even say Barry Bonds was doing steroids. I threw it out there. I said, hey, I think the guy's doing steroids. Well, you can't say that. You can't say that, man. You don't know. Proof. You got to have proof. And I'm like, no, I don't. This is not a court of law. I'm an American. I got an opinion. I think he's doing steroids. And I also think Mark McGwire's doing steroids. I'm going to go out on a limb and say Jose Canseco's doing steroids. People said I was crazy. And I was crazy for saying stuff like that. But I wasn't in a court of law. They were messing around with my game. And so I said something. And then my asterisk, my asterisk that I invented ended up on the cover of the San Francisco Chronicle because baseball was trying to silence me. And before you know it, there were new rules about steroids. Coincidence? Maybe. But now I'm in the Hall of Fame with my asterisk stories. They're all in the Hall of Fame. And I'm lobbying to become the first fan voted ever into the Hall of Fame. So if you guys could kind of get that going, that'd be nice. Hollywood?
Nope. Got a caller.
All right. Talkin Blue Live.
Hey, Tom, it's Silver again. I hate to take up all your time.
No, go ahead.
Here's the thing. We were talking about Ted Williams.
Yeah?
Guess what?
What?
He's the only man to bat 3 times in an inning without getting a hit. He didn't make all 3 outs. No one has ever done that before.
3 times an inning without getting a hit. How the hell did you find that out?
You know what? There's a wonderful thing called the internet.
All right.
And but he grounded it. He walked twice and grounded into a fielder's choice.
Wow. But he could have made all 3 outs possibly, except it's Ted Williams.
He could have.
He rarely made 3 outs in a game.
According to the Live Sports Bureau, no one has ever made 3 outs in the same inning. The same player has not made 3 outs in the same inning. So I'm sorry to jump back in, but
No, sorry.
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 I had to fill you in on that.
Yeah. You always call back with
Ted
stuff like
Williams. We were just talking about him. How about that?
That's awesome. And if it comes up again, you call back.
All right. Take care.
All right, bud. Take care.
Bye.
All right, Dodger fans, right here. Man, am I going to have to start giving stuff away to get some? There's a bunch of people watching. Pick up the phone if it's your first time. I'm gonna give you this shirt. I don't like to be like everybody. I got to give away bobbleheads to get you to watch, and this show is just gold anyway. I don't know why Hollywood. Am I talking out of my rear here or what?
It's gold, baby, gold.
It's gold. It's Dodger gold. We won 6 of the last 7 series we played. We haven't lost one in 7 series. The last time before all that happened, we were 2-7-6 in series play, which meant we won 2 series. We lost 7 series, and we tied 6 series, and now we're 8-7-6, 8-7-7, 8-7-6. Anyway, you can figure it out. We're winning series, and that's my point. And the reason we do this show is because on several different platforms is because Dodger fans, your voice needs to be heard. You're not going to be heard on Sportsnet LA ever. They don't care about Dodger fans' voices necessarily. They'll give you, they'll give you some lip service, but you're not going to hear your voice on their broadcasts. And try to get on the radio. It takes forever. They got advertising. It's just too hard. So we put this show together so you could call in, and I'm going to show one more time. Our audience is growing. Several shows back, we had 4,487 people reached on I think it was Facebook. God, I can't keep track of all this. And then we had 1,900 views on Facebook. That's per Facebook. Now, just because you see a view there, that doesn't mean someone watched the show. But hundreds of Dodger fans are now watching the show. And all of you, I want to say thank you to. Not necessarily calling in because you're scared. Are you too scared to call in? Maybe that should be the approach. I should challenge people to. I should challenge them because they're too scared. I'll start naming names of all these people who are over here typing in stuff, but they're not calling. Because I know you got telephones, and I know you got something to say about the Dodgers. Everybody has something to say about the Dodgers, especially when we're winning. I had one thing I wanted to bring up. I call this the Dodger, the straw man social media, and when people will say, well, someone put up a tweet. I think it was a tweet or maybe something on Reddit that said, I don't care what anyone else says. All those Dodger fans saying Matt Kemp shouldn't be in the All-Star game. Here's his stats, and you guys are fools. And so I thought, I haven't heard anybody saying Matt Kemp shouldn't be in the All-Star game. What is this person talking about? So I started looking for people saying Matt Kemp should be on the All-Star game, and I looked around. I think there were like one or two things, and that was actually they weren't even really saying he shouldn't be in the All-Star game. People shadowbox. They fight things that aren't there. Like putting things out there like that to say, I'm a bigger fan than you, or I'm a fan and I know more, when no one's even saying the opposing point of view. It's just like, stop it. Stop. There's enough things to be legitimately discussing and arguing about without creating like fan comments and statements that don't even exist. So that's me telling Dodger fans what to do. And when you get your own show, you can tell Dodger fans what to do too. All right. Red Dog, you're out there. Pick up the phone if you'd like. I like talking Dodgers. Yeah, that's it down. Maybe Red Dog is right. People like to complain. Yeah, maybe people. I do think when the Dodgers have lost, we do kind of get some more calls, don't we?
Hey, with the making 3 outs in an inning, does it count in a minor league game?
I'd take that right now. If a guy made 3 outs in an inning, I'd try to figure out. I'd try to call him up on the next show and talk to him about it. Is he? Why? What do you got?
All right, let's see. It happened in an independent minor league game in 2003. The North Shore Spirit scored 15-something runs in one inning.
Yeah.
Against the New Jersey Jackals, and Brian Caruso made all 3 outs, striking out each time he was up that inning.
Hold on, I got to put in my notes here. Brian, spell his name for me, and who did he play for?
Brian Caruso, Caruso.
First name Brian. First name Brian or Ryan?
Brian B.
Okay. Yeah, and he played.
B for Brian.
I got it.
And he played for the New Jersey Jackals.
And he made 3 outs in one inning.
Yeah, in 2003.
Oh man, I got to call that guy. Dodger fans, check out future shows. I will be talking to the man who made 3 outs in one inning, and it's going to be fun. Talkin Blue Live.
Hey, this is Red Dogger, a.k.a. Dodger versus World, Donnie Deporte from Twitter, so I said I'd call.
Okay, well, thank you. I'm glad to hear from you. I haven't heard from you in a while. We're going from series to series. It's been a while since you called, so I don't want to hear about everything in between now and then. But what do you got to say, buddy? What's up?
No, it's been about 2 weeks since I called. Just most of the other series has ended on weeknight evenings.
Right.
So
I'm not
chastising the opportunity to call in so much. A little labor intensive at work at those times right now.
No. I'm not chastising you, man. I'm just pointing out that it's been a little bit. I don't want to be the jilted girlfriend. But if you're busy, if you're busy working, if you have to go work and you don't have the time to call me, that's your business. But
hey, I still listen to the replays and I still comment on Facebook under that my Red Dog Breaker Facebook name. So, I'm always there.
You are. You are. I hear you. So what's up? So tell me what you think about the Dodgers nowadays.
Well, I'm glad to see the bats are going really good. I know Doc is very strategically minded on moving the batting lineup around, but it seems like the batting lineup he had going in the Pittsburgh series was fantastic. It didn't kill him today, but I think they could have had potential to get more runs. And like Adele stated right there from Dodger Fan Weekly, love that show too, I think a lot of people just like to complain and blame, complain,
Yeah.
scapegoat some as a lineup, it's all about chemistry, in my opinion. And it was okay, but the previous two series, it was dynamic. And I'm just hoping we get some of the pitchers back, because that's what's really scary right now, running bullpen games, and Alex Wood getting sore yesterday. And he was an all-star pitcher last year, and, yeah, he's been down. He didn't have run support in the first couple games, but it looks like he's lost something a little bit.
You know, I did watch a broadcast today. Listen to the radio a lot this time, but I watched a broadcast today, and Oral pointed out that Alex Wood stopped going. He just goes strictly from the stretch now. Did you know that?
Yeah, I heard that comment from Oral during the broadcast. So
I mean,
I didn't look at really good or to see that, but I did hear that.
I would certainly think it under the circumstances if he's struggling a little bit. I mean, unless he's kind of like protecting an injury or something. Why not go back to what you were doing last season, your best season of your career, and try to do. I'm all for trying to change it up, but why he needs to go? Maybe Oral. I think that was a good comment by Oral as far as he goes, as far as Woods goes. So.
Yeah, well, if you look, he's listed as day-to-day now, and supposedly has a hamstring, and I think it was an abductor or an oblique strain. So he's day-to-day, but expected to make his next start. But that could be a really good point. I mean, yeah, why wouldn't you go back to the best year you ever had and keep doing what you were doing? Now, in the first 2 weeks, he looked okay, but there was zero run support.
Right.
And maybe he is hurting right now. I don't know. And then I heard Maeda is throwing simulated games, and he can come back. And Rich Hill, as well, is overcoming the blisters. So, I mean, there's some hope there. I just hope they can come back to the form that we're accustomed to seeing from him.
Right.
But other than that, Cologne is going to be the first one up in the next series with the Rangers. And then we have Cole Hamels going as well. And they can be hit on really, really well. And then coming up on the weekend there with the hated ones, those are always low-scoring games for the most part. So that's the one I'm worried about, because there you could really move up in the division and knock somebody else down.
Yeah. Well, that's all that is very good. I don't know what in the middle of it I had something to say, but I didn't want to interrupt you, and I forgot what I was going to say. So what was it? What were you saying in the middle of all that?
A little bit about Wood's injury, and then the upcoming games up ahead.
Yeah. Well, no, I got nothing to add. It was all very concise and very good. I am getting some stuff on here from people on online, social media. It seems to be this wasn't really an issue today, I don't think so much, but the whole blame the umpire sort of, that was a bad call and umpire whining, and then it'd be fine with me if you want to whine about the umpire. I'm not talking about you, Red Dog. Obviously, I'm just talking about in general when fans want to whine about the umpires, but when it goes their way, they're not really whining about bad calls. So it's not so much the bad call they don't like, it's that the bad call went against their team. And I just, and I think Sportsnet LA is, because they are owned by the team, are very much promote the type of fanship that they don't want to blame the players of the team, and if they can blame the umpire for problems, then all the better, I think. So they really do push the blame the umpire thing. You never see rarely see when a call benefits the Dodgers. A bad call benefits the Dodgers. It's rarely if ever pointed out. So it's really irritating to me when, every ball out of a strike zone in a tense situation gets reviewed ad nauseum. But when it goes the Dodgers' way, it's like, well, we got that one, and then there's no sense of like what makes a good umpire, or what an umpire's job is. Do you have any thoughts on that, Donnie?
Yeah, I saw a lot of individual people on social media doing that and whining. But the one thing about officiating in sports in general, you can really see in a couple of the other major sports that involve balls, and I even saw it in the last Stanley Cup Finals game last year, the officials can really slant it. The one beautiful thing about baseball, you can ask for a review on just about any play except for the strike zone. And, of course, nobody's going to complain about bad calls going their team way. That's a typical fan motto and creed you got to follow. But I saw a lot with beat. Everybody gets beat. So I saw a lot of that as well. I didn't see so much of it from the media flagship, but I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, and it's not just Sportsnet LA. It's any kind of homer sort of approach to things. And I'm with the Vince Scully. There's like two schools of broadcasting. There's the Harry Carey, which is fun and everything, and then there's the Vince Scully, which is obviously fun too, but a little more like balanced and a little less like homey. And they're both great, but I definitely fall more on the Vince Scully side of I care more about the game than I do the game of baseball than I do the Dodgers. I guess that's the best way to put it, and I care about the Dodgers. So, anyway, can I ask you a quick question, Donnie? And just give me a yes or no, all right?
Mm-hmm.
Can you break a bat over your knee?
At one time in my life, when I was about 40 pounds heavier, yes, but now, no.
Right. Good. That's a good answer because I contend that it's not that big a deal. I'm tired of everybody. I don't care if he breaks a bat over his knee. I actually saw someone say he shouldn't do that. It's kind of funny on Twitter. Some lady tweeted after he did it, he shouldn't do that. That's poor sportsmanship. And then I thought, well, I don't really agree with that, but I'm going to let it go. And then you look at the string of tweets after she said that, and people are like jumping down her throat like she was, oh, you evil woman, you say he shouldn't break his bat. Oh, you're an awful woman. And I'm thinking, all she did was present an opinion that you disagreed with. You don't have to, like a tribe, jump down her throat, And she could tell she was I don't want to say she was an older lady, but she was a more mature woman.
Yeah, but I mean, you can think of the alternative of maybe destroying the clubhouse or taking it out on a person physically. But
I like to when I played. I like to go up like when I struck out and stuff. I used to like to go up and punch a fan in the face. That was my way of dealing with it. I'd find the oldest, like a weak fan who couldn't fight back, and I'd just jack him right in the face. And people would say, "Hey, that's poor sportsmanship," or what? You know what? It's passion. I have passion. So I popped the guy in the face. I struck out. I felt better. The team. It was good for the team. We won the game.
That's right.
Don't stifle my passion.
And one less heckler.
That's right. And besides, I picked someone that had a jersey on from the other team. It's not like I'm stupid.
Yeah, there you go.
So, all right.
That's a wise one. Well, even when it was high pressure and adrenaline was rushing, I remember pounding my bat outside of the batter's box on the ground as I was going back in, but nothing that extreme. But
yeah.
I've seen people throw tantrums, destroy stuff, and everything else.
Right. So
I never played past high school, so not in baseball.
Right. So let me ask you one other question, Donnie, and I want to clear up the line. Can this? Actually, this might be a two-part question, depending on how you answer the first one. As a Dodger fan, can this team win the World Series as presently constituted, especially the pitching staff?
Not presently constituted, but with the people in the wings rehabbing, yes.
Okay. So you feel like we need to, and is there anything that makes you feel like Clayton Kershaw is going to come back? Why is his back not going to go bad again, I guess is my question.
Well, he's over that magic number of 30 in the terms of age. His durability and stamina might be down, and he might get sore and need more rebound time coming from injuries. But he is in a contract year, so it's not like he's trying to go out there and pad his stats and look for the big payday. So people that criticize that and everything too, I mean, he's only one pitcher in that rotation, and yeah, a very important one. He's the ace, but we actually have to have a good rotation going. Ryu was doing very well before he went out. Maeda is there as well, and if Wood can, like last year, he impressed me to no end. I was really impressed with Woods last year, but as it's constituted right now, no. Get that rotation going back again, fine, and you don't have to rely so much on that bullpen. But like Walker Buehler's been a pleasant surprise. Stripling has stepped up, and then getting 2 or 3 back into that rotation, and the bats staying as they are. Oh yes, definitely. I think they can. They went to the World Series last year with almost the same team, minus a few bullpen players like Watson.
And there's no reason for me to, I don't think anyone to believe that they're not going to do something at some sort of, trade deadline or when the time comes, if given the opportunity. I mean, are they in such a financial state that with the cap and everything, or that they wouldn't go and sign someone in mid-season to kind of boost them and help them out to get them to the World Series?
I don't know about signing somebody outright. I think they would have to give up something in terms of salary and money, because just from the way their offseason was, it seems they were really, really focused on staying under that luxury tax.
Yeah, and that luxury tax is a tricky little mechanism, as far as triggering it, right?
Yeah, so, I mean, I saw discussions on, hey, now would be a good time to trade Puig. His numbers are up and everything. He's in a contract year. But I don't think his contract's all that big in comparison to what they need to, have the pitching staff.
Yeah, I agree. I don't know. Hold on a second here. If you look,
I'm here.
Kershaw's 30. No, I just popped something up on here. It might be too small for you to see, but I'm looking.
Oh, I can't see right now. I'm using the phone, so I backed out of the chat room on Facebook.
Yeah, no biggie. Oh, so
right back in when the call's over.
Okay, well I jumped. Oh, okay. Well, it'll be over in 1 second here. But I'll finish your thought for you, because Yasiel's $9.21 million next year, and you're right. It's not like you're saving a whole bunch of money there, and then he's in arbitration in 2019. So, yeah, it's not. I don't see that as a big chip. That maybe. Kemp's getting 20. You talk about selling high with maximum value. Do you take a chance of just trading Kemp and say, hey, look, we're going to bring some guys up from the minors. There's a couple of good ball players from the minors. Kemp is now in prime, a prime desire for people. It's a $21 million contract.
From the top in the stats and batting in the National League.
And how long?
Definitely garner some interest, but
yeah.
What are you going to get for him?
Well,
J.D. Peters, Farmer, in forgetting his name, but he impressed me in spring training down in the minors. Don't hear much about him anymore.
Well, Tolles is tearing it up right now, so I mean, he maybe another team wants Tolles. I don't know, but as far as saving money. But anyway, go back to work. Thanks for calling, man.
I'm not at work today, but okay. You get back to work. I'm gonna bounce back in there and listen.
All right, buddy. Thank you so much, man.
All right, you guys take care. Hopefully we'll be talking after the Giants series. Good positivity.
Yeah, hope so, man. Be good.
All right, you too.
Bye.
Thanks, Tom.
Hollywood?
Yo.
Speak. I'm not paying you all this big salary for you just to sit there like that.
I actually dozed off, so I wasn't just sitting here.
Oh, well, did I interrupt your sleep? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I didn't mean. I should know better. Hollywood, he's mean, man. On the show, he's really nice, but then afterwards, he's mean. He beats me up like an old man. Talkin Blue.
Talkin Blue.
Yeah.
Ron Cervenka here.
Ron Cervenka. What's up, buddy? Were you in the press box today?
In the clubhouse, and it took a while. So.
Yeah. And so.
Yeah.
Would you like to just kind of give a little verbal report on your own here, and we'll step out?
To me, yeah. I had a burning question. My burning question, which was answered towards the tail end of the interview with Ross Stripling, who just had a wonderful game, as you and everybody saw and watched and heard or whatever. And my burning question was, Ross, did you steal that base on your own, or did you get a sign? And I'll be honest, I expected him to say, no, I just decided to do it. No, he got a sign to steal. He got the sign, and he told me that he was supposed to look back to see where the throw was going. And he said, I forgot to look back. I just ran for the bag, and I was safe. So, but the reason he was given the sign, I'm sure you figured this out, and probably most fans figured it out, is he was trying to get into a rundown set, run from third to score.
Yeah, we used to do that in Little League, and I haven't seen it so much in the majors, but it's big now with this Dodger team especially.
They've done it several times now, and I like it. Now the idea is you're supposed to go halfway stop and see where the throw's going. If it's going behind you, you keep going. If it's in front of you, you go back and you get the rundown. So, but he said Ross is such a wonderful guy. He's so humble. He's just so down to earth. Just a great guy. He'll tell it like it is. He'll tell you the truth. And he said, I forgot to look. He's running all the way.
Well, I think he went in standing up, so it wasn't a problem. And then maybe they just decided not to throw down, but that the next single would have brought in two. So I don't know.
Yep.
I gotta say, little moves like that and the way that they're playing. When the team's losing, everybody wants to go after the manager, but when they're winning, it's like a good umpire. You don't really say anything about him until something is going wrong.
Boy, you struck a nerve there. There aren't too many good umpires on this field this series.
Well, okay.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But with regards to, we spoke, we had opportunities to talk to Doc quite a bit, and he was very, very pleased with the way Ross performed. He called him an all-around ball player. And, the defensive play that he made there was just phenomenal. It was just an outstanding defensive play. And Ross, he takes pride in being a baseball player, not just being a pitcher, but being a baseball player. And that showed today. He was just everything he did was right. I mean, he was on. But with regards to Ross, he recognized
just one quick second. Hollywood, if you're not asleep, and I don't want to wake you or anything, but if you're not asleep, can you see where Ross Stripling went to school? Anyway,
okay.
Yeah. Oh, you're awake. Oh, good. Go ahead. I keyed. Go ahead.
Anyway, he forgot where I was going with this.
Oh, my bad, then. Sorry about that.
Yeah, I lost it.
All right. Well, we'll keep.
But Ross was. I know what it was. He prides himself on being able to go as deep as he can. And today was huge. Even though they had tomorrow off, today was huge because that bullpen has been carrying the team, and Ross recognizes that, and he said, it's time for us to give them a rest and get them ready because we're really going to need them when we get down towards the end of the season. So and that just shows you where the mentality is, not just with him, but with the entire team. And Doc said the same thing, that it was so valuable. They didn't need to get these guys up, today, other than the guys that did come in, and those who did come in did not have to go that long. So.
Who finished the game today? I was setting up.
That was Libertor.
Libertor.
Yeah, he did real well.
So, because he pitched the first game of the series, and he pitched. He threw 24 pitches, and then Libertor threw 22 pitches the first game of the series, and then Jansen threw 15. So, and then the second game of the series yesterday, Garcia, Baez, Alexander, Paredes, Hudson, and Corsino all pitched. So you're right. That was a very depleted bullpen and a much-needed long outing for sure.
Yeah, it was great, and everybody did well. Ross gave credit to the Atlanta team for their ability to hit and really work the counts, and so it was. This Atlanta team is a good lineup. Markakis and I mean they all. Austin Barnes, he just named off all the names. These guys are really good, and they can really do some damage. So to be able to hold them in check like they did today, and to take 2 out of 3 in the series and win the series is just huge. So. I did. There was a question. I received a tweet from someone about. Of course, Cody Bellinger made a couple of just Gold Glove type plays today over there at first base, and you and I know that in our hearts we know that's where he belonged. He's a great center fielder, but he's a Gold Glove first baseman. So, and somebody tweeted to me that's right back where he belongs and needs to be and all that. And that's great, except you got to have Muncy in there, and that brought the question. I asked Doc the question: is there still consideration to have Muncy play second base? And yes, he said yes.
I don't like it.
I asked Max that, and Max said, "Yeah, I've been working out there. I've played it before. I've got the experience there. I'm not intimidated by it. I'm ready to go, and I want to do it." So I would not be surprised. Because they had JT out today, but he is definitely. Doc said he will be there on Tuesday and Wednesday, so he'll be back, or at least Tuesday. So that you need Muncy's bat in there. Yeah, you can put Cody out in the outfield, but it just seems to me that if Muncy can play second base the way he plays third base and first base, then they can keep him in for his glove as well, not just his bat.
Well, if he can play second base, kudos. But my feeling is shortstop and second base, defense up the middle, center field, catcher. Man, I know we want the sticks in there, but when it comes to defense at shortstop and second, I mean, it's so easy to give away outs in those positions because there's so much activity there.
Yeah, there's so many plays there. You're absolutely right. So I don't know. I haven't seen Max play second base. He says he's been working out there. I have not physically laid eyes on him. I don't doubt that he can do it. Forsythe had the game of his best game, in my opinion, his best game, at least offensively, since he's been a Dodger. And Doc addressed that. The thing that Doc said is we've been talking to Logan. Logan inherently takes the first one or two pitches. He's not an aggressive at bat. And they've been trying to get him to be more aggressive. And what's he do? The first pitch he sees, he puts into the seats. That caught everybody by surprise. And then he gets a double a little later. He's trying to change that. And that's a mindset. Because everybody has a little comfort zone. Doc explained it, the comfort zone, and his comfort zone is to go ahead and work the count. And that to get a guy who normally does that to just turn around and start going after that first pitch and being aggressive up there, that's a quantum leap. So I don't know if we're going to see. I suspect that we're going to start seeing more and more of it because Logan, especially when he had success with it. So I would not be surprised if that's the case. Now, is he the best second baseman on the team? He probably is. I think he's probably a bit better than Chase Utley when Utley is not on the DL, simply because of the mobility and stuff like that. I mean, Chase does a great job, and I'll never rag on him for that. But Logan made a error yesterday that in essence cost the team.
Yeah, but he's still in
still the best guy.
Clearly he's the best guy. But is Utley still on the team?
Yeah, he's on the DL. He's on the dislabel list. Doctor in the morning scrum had said that he's getting closer, but I suspect, and I think you could probably read between the lines what's going on with him.
Utley.
They're not in a hurry to get him back.
Yeah.
Especially if they decide to utilize Muncy at second base to spell Forsythe or
right.
Whatever. The thing about Muncy is hitting a home run today another off a lefty, and that just shows you this kid is dialed in. He's in the zone. That was somebody asked him, "You feel like you're in the zone?" And he goes, "Well, yeah, I guess that's what you would call it."
But he's had a track record of being a good solid hitter, so
yeah.
And I would think
you absolutely need him in that lineup every day if he can.
The Forsythe, Muncy, yeah,
Max Muncy,
yeah.
Used to be in there every
No, I was saying Forsythe has a track record of being, he's been a good hitter in the past, and I would think that if a coach ever said to me, "Be more aggressive on the first pitch," I never had that problem of not being aggressive enough. So I would think he would treat it as like a little bit of a cookie opportunity. But who knows? Everybody's got a different approach. So.
Everybody's got a different one. The bases loaded walk. Speaking of cookies, the bases loaded walk to Max Muncy there. I believe it was the last run that Dodgers may have scored. I'm not sure, but bases loaded walk to bring in. Every run was important today, but that was huge. And one of the reporters asked him what he was looking for, and he said, "When you're 3-2, you got the bases loaded. That ball has to be right where you want it." And he says, and it wasn't. He's got his mindset where he's when that ball leaves the hand, he knows where it's coming or where it's going to be close to at least. And if it's not there, he's not going after it. And look what he's done. I mean, he's a walking machine now. He's just been walking like crazy. So that is a sign, in my opinion, of a well-rounded hitter. Is that you can hit the crap out of the ball like he's been doing, or if they're afraid of you and they're not going to give you that cookie, that go ahead and take it.
Right.
And take your walks.
All right. Well, you made me curious about something. When when, let's say, just for instance, just the period of time the doc is out there giving his post-game, interview, how long does that typically last?
Usually about 5 to 6 minutes.
And
it's not real long. He had to kind of cut it a little bit short today because he had to go have a meeting with Kenta Maeda. They're still making that decision about Wednesday.
And and does everybody get an opportunity to ask a question, or is it just like first come, first serve, and then?
No, Alana gets the first crack at it because they need to go live with it real quick.
Right.
Or put it on the air right away. So she gets the first crack at it.
I really like Alana and.
Oh, and she asks the perfect question. I mean, a lot of times I'll go in there with 5 or 6 questions in my mind, and when she's done, I have maybe one.
Yeah. Okay. So. I don't want to start a.
And then out of respect, I'm but a lowly blogger, so I just kind of sit back. I let the LA Times guys go, and Orange County Register, I let those guys go. But then when there's a lull, and a lot of times it's like that pregnant pause. Nobody's asking the question.
And right.
And that's when I and you can feel it. I can feel that moment if people start looking around, and I fire away. That's when I usually get my questions answered.
Now, who's the main LA Times writer right now for the?
Oh, they have several. But Bill Shakin was today. They trade off.
Does Bill show up all the time? Bill's not always there, is he?
He's there most of the time, but he also covers the games quite a bit too.
Yeah. Okay.
But and then you got Andy McCullough's probably there more, but he was not there today. Right. Every now and then you'll see Dylan Hernandez in there, and on rare occasion, Bill Plashke will be there.
Yeah. I bet that's a stir when old Bill shows up. He's here.
Yeah.
He's going to ask something
It
crazy.
kind of changes the atmosphere of the room a little bit.
All right. Well, I got you on the line, buddy. Question of the day. We've done the primary player. Oh, shoot. Almost put it up there.
I don't have my computer in front of me.
Okay. Oh, well, yeah, but you'll still be able to throw it out there. You don't need your computer on this one. All right, so we've done every position. We're doing our last position today, except the center field. So we're going to go to the right field. Just ignore this part right here. It says, who played the most years as the team's primary right fielder? It's the last position, the primary player, and I'm going to put it up on the screen. The primary right fielder for the Dodgers over the years, the most often guy playing right field, primary guy.
I'm going to say Carl Furillo.
Yes. You are amazing. Yes, Carl Furillo. 10 years Carl played.
Oh, I love Carl Furillo.
Yeah?
Great ball player.
No, guess who was second? A little more modern. A little more modern day. Kind of an ugly guy. Girls hated him. I'll help you out here.
Oh, geez. What a terrible thing to say.
Yeah, I know. Well, because it's not true. It's
maybe some guy named Dre.
Yeah, that homely-looking guy, right?
That homely-looking guy.
Right.
Yeah,
Girls can't stand that guy. Yeah, it's 7 years for him. That's quite a long time.
That's a long time.
Yeah.
And a lot of people got down on Dre towards the end of his career, and I just had nothing but the utmost respect for him. You could tell he was towards the end of his career. I don't think he was 100% healthy. I think he had issues with his knees, his legs and stuff. But I just always thought the world of him. And I thought he played the game well.
He did.
The right way.
He did, and he went out with class, and he's still out there waiting to play, which is a weird thing. And then here we are. He had 7 years, and on this list here already, Yasiel Puig, who's lower on the list, has 5, but he's actually on the list. And if things continue going the way they go, he's going to march right up this list to at least second, I would say.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting when he gets to free agency. I think we're going to look at one of the most remarkable free agent players ever because the fans love him or they hate him.
Right.
Somebody tweeted me today during the game that the Atlanta broadcasters used the word nonchalance, and that it's like he didn't really.
Wow, you know what, Matt Kemp? Okay, nonchalant. I won't argue. You can have your opinion, but Yasiel Puig nonchalant? No.
Yeah. No. I thought that was a little bit of a stretch. I think
they don't know.
I think they're mistaking his confidence in himself. He is one confident baseball player. when that ball is put in the air, if he doesn't have to bust his rear end to get to it, he's gonna nonchalantly slap his glove on his leg until the ball comes down, and then he's going to catch it. And that might be perceived as showboating or whatever you want to call it. But how many times have we seen him make plays, not just catching the ball, but primarily throwing the ball, making throws that I'll be quite honest, I don't think anybody else could make.
Hold on, Roberto Clemente. In my lifetime, I would say.
Yeah, you're right. I'm not going to. I will not argue that.
But
not for a second.
Nevertheless, your point is well taken.
The point. This is called current players.
Right. Yeah.
So, on the minor league scene, I got down to. I was over at Lancaster this past week and watched a couple of the Quakes play the Jethawks, and that.
Hey, real quick, let me. Jethawks are which franchise?
The Jethawks belong to the Rockies.
Carry on.
They have a very good team.
Okay, go ahead. I didn't want to interrupt. I wasn't sure.
Well, what we've got going right now is a 3-way tie for first place with 6 games left to play. I mean, it's Inland Empire, who are the Angels. They're currently leading by, I think I want to say 2 games now, but with 6 to go. But it's a crapshoot. And unlike MLB, if you win the first half, I think I mentioned this last.
Yeah, you did.
Today.
It was like 1981, the strike year.
Half, you're in the playoffs.
Yeah, like in '81, the strike year, you had 2 halves, and then they did the playoffs that way.
Exactly.
Now let me ask you something. It's occurred to me a couple times now, and I haven't asked you a question about it. When it comes to minor league baseball, I know how the fans feel. You know, your local team, you want to cheer for them, you want them to win. But so much of minor league baseball is, hey, I got to get to the majors, and I got to, he went up last week, and he's back down, and up and down, and he went up and he stayed, and now he's a major leaguer, and he's not with our team anymore, and our team is in such flux. Is there really like a tremendous desire to win your? I know there is a desire to win your division, but is there like a real raw desire to win your division like it is in the majors?
That's a very, very valid, good question. In a word, no. It's about development. It's all about player development. It's about learning the game. These guys have been playing the game their entire lives, since they could first walk, and they're so talented at it. But when you've got, like right now on the Rancho Cucamonga team, they have 3 first-round draft picks, 3 of them, and it's mind-boggling to see that kind of talent out there. Yet these kids are 20 and 21 years old. They are absolutely, positively not MLB ready. Even though my heart, I would love to see them make it because they're really doing so well. But high A ball is not major league ball. I mean, it's just a whole different. You're going to get pitched to different. I mean, everything's different. So, but yes, they it's very competitive. But they realize. Here again, 2 halves. If you don't win the first half, you've already got one of the teams out for the second half.
But you still get
because they're already in.
Yeah.
So I mean, the chances are still, exponentially they're there. Improve in the second half to make it if you don't make it in the first half. But their goal is to develop and move up. And if a championship comes along the way, there's a lot of pride in that. But the goal is to move up. Right.
Okay. Well, I always wanted to ask you that. And then just real quick, I'm going to kind of wrap up the show here, but I just wanted to point. You don't have you're not seeing the screen, right?
I am not. Unfortunately, I'm not. Yeah.
Yeah. So
I'm in my car, drinking an Orange Crush.
Oh, hold on a minute. That makes me think I better get down here and first of all, say thank you to the girls. Well, real quick, we got the girls, the girls of Dodger Fan Weekly who support this. They got another show coming out soon. It'll be out probably on Tuesday. And this is where Ron's heading to in his car right now. Probably he's heading out to In-N-Out Burger, and this is the In-N-Out Burger Foundation.
How did you know?
No, I don't know, man. I'm just crazy. I'm like a savant, I guess.
You are. You're like that Harnack. You just know.
Go. The In-N-Out Burger. The Ron Cervenka and a car. What does that mean? It means getting to the In-N-Out Burger. and then Ed McMahon would go, ha, 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 ha. And now everybody that's under 50 years old just went away, just like that. All right, buddy. Well, I'm going to let you go then and wrap this up.
All right. Well, I'm sorry I missed most of the show, but always enjoy chatting with you in Hollywood and all, and keep up the good work, and give those girls a hug for me. They do a great job.
Yeah, well, thanks. And you know what's always online? You know, most of the people watch this, and here's something you missed that I kind of wanted to share with you. This our audience is growing kind of thing. At one of our shows in the past, and I think you were actually guest hosting this one, 4,487 people were reached. This was just on Facebook, not any of our other platforms. 1,900 views. And I don't want to be like some of the people that report on the audience or the attendance at Dodger Stadium. I want to be a little more realistic. These are like ticket sales. The fact is that, you know, not that many people are actually watching the show all the way through, but hundreds of people are watching this show. And you've helped make it, you know, you're helping us build it, Ron, and I just want to say thank you for that.
You've got a great platform there. You've got a great partner there, and the girls are just wonderful. So I certainly appreciate you even inviting me in on this.
Well, I got to get myself some credibility somehow. You're how I get it. So.
Well, I think you're probably safe there.
You're probably right. All right, buddy. We'll talk soon.
All righty, my friend.
Take care.
Hollywood. Talk to you. You guys have a great tomorrow's an off day. Have a great off day.
All right, Ron. Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.
I'm gonna have to call him if I decide to do a show on Thursday. I'm gonna need him. Or there's other people that have actually wanted to be. If you're out there and you want to be a guest host, call me. I mean, I'm not gonna be too selective, but Hollywood's my man. Hollywood's my main guy. In fact, we just had another look at Hollywood's brain, and things are clearing up. I gotta say, the doctors are very happy, very happy.
Oh.
Yeah. But they're just a little bit concerned now over here on the corpus callosum. You know, there's been this growth, and they're used to seeing baseballs on his brain. There's been baseballs on his brain. They go around like frickin' lottery balls on his brain. I don't know. But anyway, here's one, and it's got a little bit of a Taco Bell logo on it, which is just odd.
Yeah. I'll tell you, I had a Taco Bell on the brain. I stopped there yesterday and got some of those Frito burritos. And I ordered 3 of them, and I got home, and there was only one in my bag, man. That's why Taco Bell's on my brain.
It's all coming together. It's all making sense. Taco Bell. All right, Hollywood, did you find out where Stripling went?
Yeah, Texas A&M, he was an Aggie.
Oh, yeah, an Aggie. One of those guys went to Illinois State University, which is real near where I went to school at Southern Illinois. But that's Brock Stewart, I believe, and I was trying to get that straight. Anyway, along those thoughts, got anything you want to add?
I do real quick. Max Muncy playing second base. He actually played second base for 21 games in 2016 with Oakland. Had a 1,000 fielding percentage. Didn't make an error in 75 chances. It's not like he hasn't played there before. I mean, he's got skills, man.
Okay, that's good to hear because you know how I'm a stickler about up the middle defense, and so he's not when Ron was talking about that, I thought, everybody's going to say they can play a position, but how many games did you say he played? 22 or something?
He played 21 there, started 19 games there.
Okay, well that's
small. It's a small sample size, I get it, but still, he had 75 chances. Didn't make one error. You know?
Okay, well that says something, right? I mean, I know it's a small sample size, but it says he
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, well, like I said, anything else?
No, that's good enough.
All right. I just wanted to say that if you want to call me, I'm opening up my hitting instruction school. This is one of my pupils. And my whole thing about hitting is just hit it hard. Swing hard and make the bell ring. Taco Bell, if you call me, I have a great idea for you. You put a bell out in center field. You put it low so it doesn't block the batter's view. When a home run down center field hits it, dong, everybody hears it. It's very exciting. The bell rises up, and everybody wins tacos. It's not that hard.
Taco Bell, if you call, I want my 2 Frito burritos that I paid for.
Oh, yeah. Well, now we got an extra. That's good. Now we have an extra incentive for these people to get off the schneid and call us. And speaking of that, Lindsay Snyder, call me. You know, I'm really wanting you to call me. Red Dog just pointed out here that, and with A's pitching, that he was busy. So that's the point talking about playing second base for Muncy. And with A's pitching, he probably was busy. So anyway, my name is Tom Wilson. I'm here for the fans. I'm going to do this show 51 times this year. 51 times. 51 times. Let me even just show you right here real quick. Remember, our audience is growing. We're on a lot of different platforms. We're going to do it 51 times, 27 Sundays, 18 Wednesdays, and 7 Thursdays. We're here for you Dodger fans because on Sportsnet LA, your voice is never going to be heard. And on AM 570, if you get through, you're lucky. All that said, I just want to say we win series. That's all we do. That's all we do. We win series. And the Dodgers have won 6 out of their last 7 series. Makes it so much easier to go to work in the morning if you're a Dodger fan. Let's just go here. Kind of look. We talked about a lot of stuff today. We're talking about a lot of stuff every day here on Dodger Fan Weekly. Thousands of people are reached. Thousands of people view it. Hundreds of people actually watch the show through different machinations, either all the way through or they pick sections out. All that said, I just want to say one thing on this beautiful Sunday in Los Angeles. Go Dodgers. Woof.